Hello and Tashi Dalek. Today is March 10th, and I want to take a moment to remember March 10th, 1959, which was the day in which Tibetan people rose up against Chinese occupation and fought for their freedom, their culture, and the right to live without oppression. And now here we are commemorating that day almost 70 years later. And the struggle continues for Tibetan people, both in Tibet, who are still dealing with the oppression of the Chinese government and forces there, and for Tibetans all around the world who are finding ways to live freely with the ability to speak their language and express their culture, their heritage, and their spiritual traditions. So I want to dedicate this song I'm going to sing to Tibetans all around the world, and with the hope that one day Tibetans will be fully free once more. So thank you, and Tashi Dalek, and enjoy. This is called Universal Smog.
Well, have you heard recently of the repression in Tibet, where a man can wave his flag and be sentenced to death? Yes, the horrors of the Holocaust and the Rwandan genocide have just shifted places with different faces gasping in the same thin air. Well, it seems a paradox, but the reality is clear, as protests of self-immolation are still falling on deaf ears of heads buried in the sand of consumeristic TV land. Well, raise your head up higher, ignorance does not bring bliss. What we don't understand so quickly denied in fear, but when muddy water settles, our eyes begin to see clearly that it's about time to respect the borderlines. This illegal occupation is a universal crime, yeah. 'Cause this is burning us to bed. Yeah, this is burning us to bed. Well, this is burning us to bed. Chinese president, well, I know you try your best, but is compassion and forgiveness truly your greatest threat? Nomads, monks, and farmers, the peaceful lives that were once free, until you occupied their country to fulfill your selfish greeds. Scattering the teachings, wisdom burning on the ground, fracturing a culture and families forced to distant lands. But the pieces of the puzzle are in every refugee who in another place is finding a way to live free. But people who need to control are actually really weak, with little voices in their heads trying to define how people speak, and then they rebel. Like little children in a dramatic cell, they're banging on the bars and screaming, don't you tell? Well, I see you trapped in a fog, I call it universal smog. What do you call yourself? 'Cause this is burning us to bed. Yeah, this is burning us to bed. Well, this is burning us to bed. This is burning us to bed. And hello to the UN, we see your morals wearing thin. It's been 70 years of oppression and you haven't done a thing. Your interests are quite clearly power, money, and control, and you wear a Chinese collar while you pretend that all is well. But Tibet is for Tibetans, with their language spoken free, with the axe grazing the land and barley blowing in the breeze. Well, one day there'll be peace as the prayer flags auspiciously call for independence, love, and destiny. Well, some environmentalists, some doctors, counselors, but who speaks of how lost we have become? Applications on bulletin board, no